Well, good evening, friends, and welcome.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
We no intro music tonight, no fluff. We're going to jump right in, and we are. You already see our guest with us. We're going raw tonight. We don't know what's coming. We're going to have a lot of fun with this, but we are in a little bit of a time crunch tonight, and we want to be respectful and honor that time with Connor and Bailey and Kennedy Hayes of the Mylon Hayes family. So, man, thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
Absolutely, man. We are so happy to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Glad we
even
got-
made you jump in a rental car to go find a cell service. That's tough right there.
Anything for the Southern Gospel forward. That's right. We do it,
Commitment.
man.
Commitment.
Well, we thank you so much. Real quick to our listeners, I want to give y'all just a little heads up. Now, all the rest of the gang, we're going to try to hang with you after the interview tonight, and we'll have some interaction and talk with you like we normally do. Probably won't get to your own air live questions and comments tonight. Just hang with us. What we're going to do sometime down the road, we'll have the Hayes gang back with us when the time's a little more permitting, if they're okay with that. But
Absolutely. It'd be great.
we want to take time for our forward crew to spend some time with the Hayes family and ask some questions. So I'm going to let y'all jump in, my young friends. Take off.
So I'll jump in. First question we kind of ask everybody. We know you guys come from the Hayes family, but how did you guys all learn to love gospel music?
Well, our family, like you said, was a Hayes family. And so we grew up our entire lives going with them on the road. And so we grew up around it all the time. And but also we listened to it all the time. Like when we got in the car, it was our local Southern Gospel station, and there was no option. I mean, it was that radio station or gospel music CDs. Like, I mean, we wore it out.
I don't even know that we knew other music existed.
No, we didn't. We
Growing
didn't.
up.
We just loved it. And so, I appreciate our parents instilling that love of gospel music in us by keeping it at the forefront and letting us listen to it all the time. And we'd put on concerts for mom and dad at the house. And so they probably got sick of us singing it.
We had a real original name. We weren't the Hayes family when it was the three of us singing to mom and dad. It was the Praise family. Kind of rhymed.
That's good.
So, yeah, it was real original.
So y'all being on the road for as many years as you've been on the road, I mean, y'all are young, but you've been traveling for a little bit now. What has been some standout memories on your journey traveling?
Goodness.
The first one that pops into my mind is, well, like Bailey said, we grew up around it. And so NQC was always the highlight of our year growing up. I mean, that was we thought that was the week.
Oh, yeah.
We still do, but growing up, that was just like the absolute highlight of our year. And when I was 8 years old and Connor and Bailey were 12 years old, right? 12?
Yeah.
11 or
we were
12?
12.
Yep.
That was the first year that we ever got to sing on the National Quartet Convention stage. Yep.
That's
it.
That's that one.
For
That
all the
version
people
of
to
us.
see.
And I mean, it was just the most surreal moment. I just can't even describe it. That is like probably one of the biggest highlights for me, probably of my life, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Just that's an awesome memory.
We all love NQC. Still do.
I believe, was it a gospel music hymn sing video? It really kind of introduced me to you guys and threw it out there where y'all did the shape notes singing, and that seemed to really kind of get you in the limelight there. Uh-oh, did we lose them? Let's see if they come back. Bless their hearts, they got some bad cell service, I think.
Maybe they should have stayed inside the church with me. No.
It's just rough. I tell you, in the Pigeon Forge Sevierville area, it's tough to get the cell service.
It's terrible.
Let's see if it unfreezes right quick.
Hey, while we're waiting, share with your friends. Oh,
yes.
and they're gone.
Yeah, they'll be
share
back.
with your friends because
Yeah, please share and bear with us. Bear with us. The technical difficulties are always tough, but if any of y'all have gone on vacation, cell tower you can see just about from every peak up in the mountains, but the service is terrible. I guess it's just so many people trying to get in there.
Let this
I'm
be a
hogging it
sponsor.
all. No.
Are you watching it all?
Yes.
As I see them, there they are back up. Let's see. Here we go. There we go.
Here you go.
We're back. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
We're back.
You're back. You're doing good. I remember back when we did a podcast several years ago, it was me that was freezing up on the internet. So it's just
Oh,
payback.
man.
But I think, I don't know what y'all
phone
caught, but I just said something about remembering y'all. I think it was maybe a gospel music hymn sing video early on where y'all did take note singing and kind
we
of got
did.
you in the limelight.
The first hymn sing video was at Morristown, First Baptist Morristown, and it was at Gerald's home church, and so we did Jesus Spoke to Me out of the Red Book, and we did shape notes, all that good stuff, and we were nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs because a lot of animals behind us, Chris,
I was
the
sitting
tallies.
by Chris.
We were just so nervous. But that was a lot of fun. We had a blast with that. And of course, all the hymn sing, we've done a lot of videos since then, and still to this day, some of us get nervous, but it's a lot of fun.
Sure,
we love
absolutely.
it.
I think the first one that we did was at TBN Studios, and that's in Nashville. And so that was
may be what I'm thinking about.
That was
pre gospel music hymn sing as we know it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm getting old and forgetful, so that might be what I'm thinking about.
We weren't going to say anything.
I'm forgetful.
Thank you, Kennedy. Riley, you got a question, bud?
So obviously, with coming from the Hayes family, y'all have they have a lot of great music, and so I was wondering if y'all were to put together an album of Hayes family songs, what would y'all re-record?
Oh, that's a great question.
I know. Yep. Right off the top of my head. My all-time favorite Hayes family song is Keeper of the Well. Do you know that one?
Yes.
Yep.
It's on my playlist. And then I heard it at the celebration the first year with the Hayes family. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was per Kennedy's request. They weren't going to do it, and she made them put it in the set list for that one.
One of my favorites that they did was, I have many favorites, but it's hard to narrow it down. But I Have a Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
That's such a fun song. And I think Darrell Williams wrote that. He wrote Carry the Glorious Gospel that we just did. And then another one would have to be the Church Triumphant.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
And then, of course, you got to do Last Blood. We would do that.
Oh,
sure.
Yes.
That one, that was a staple. For
Payday
the old
Someday.
Family. Payday Someday, yeah.
I could go all night.
Yeah.
I have kind of odd favorite talking about fun songs. I think it was He Knows How Much We Can Bear. Wasn't that on the live album?
Oh.
It probably was.
I think yeah. I'm pulling a obscure one out there, but that was one that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I remember the title, but we were just kids sitting on the front row.
Come on now.
Right?
I'm gonna throw one. Let's see. Let me pull one off. Our group asked some questions.
I was gonna say, Scott, coming from that, I was looking at it. That was actually, Riley, that was one of Pat Barker's questions too. He wanted to know favorite Hayes songs, and then what was your favorite album from the Hayes family?
Ooh, favorite album.
Goodness. Hang on, can I look real quick? I know what it looks like, but I can't think of the name of it.
I like the album. It was called Sing 'Em Again or Sing It Again. Sing It
Again.
And that had they went back and re-recorded some of those older ones that they hadn't done in a while, and I think they maybe put a couple like new ones that they hadn't recorded, but still they were like not new songs, they were older songs.
For His Glory.
For His Glory.
A great one.
That's a great one.
Do you remember the Come Eat Bread album?
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a good one. That has
that's a great
songs on it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Now, yeah.
Some of your colleagues, it's hard to keep them serious sometimes. So Alan Kendall put out a question and just asked which one was Connor and which one was Bailey.
We actually got a lot of those.
But one of our young listeners asked this question, and I said, I really don't know how y'all answer this, but how do you tell Connor and Bailey apart? I can, and I have a little secret, but I just wonder what y'all would answer to that question.
Well, technically.
Wait, let's let them guess.
Okay, yeah, take a guess.
Which
Yeah,
one do
that's
you?
fine.
I was gonna say before you guys got LASIK surgery, I was like, okay, one of them typically wears glasses, the other one doesn't, and that's how I told. I think it was Bailey used to wear glasses a lot more
I'm
than
taking a
Connor.
good look because I can barely see
I've
myself.
got it.
I'm gonna go. Ooh.
Don't say when they answer because I'll tell them.
I know the answer too. So
I was about to say, I think Riley knows.
Well, it doesn't help that I've seen you guys like 4 times. Totally.
We see you guys when Mark Trammell brings you close to us.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm neither one of them. So don't point at me.
All right, light shirt is who?
Connor.
Connor?
Black and white with the vest is Bailey, or it might have been.
You're correct.
And this is
Good job.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Wait. Here we go. The one in the middle is Kennedy.
Yes, that's right.
Whoa.
You got that. That was
Whoa.
tough. We got that.
I am so
That was
impressed.
impressive right there, man.
It took a lot of hard work, man. It took a lot of hard work. All right, that's it for me. I'll see y'all next week.
There you go. Good job.
Might as well
Avery,
just go
what you got?
What do I have? Oh,
Yeah.
let's see. Somebody said it was Brandon Paget in the group said,
Okay.
where do you see yourselves in the long term, like 10 to 20 years in regards of traveling and singing? Is it something you want to continue passing down to your future generations?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
A lot of talk on the Hayes family bus that it is it's hopefully and Lord willing that it's a thing that we can pass down to the next generation. And, we want to take our families on the road with us as much as possible when that time comes. And so we're really excited that, if the Lord allows that we keep on going as the Mylon Hayes family, we can just keep on plowing. And Mom and Dad, there's no signs of quitting from Mom and Dad. So
not at all.
They're rolling for the long haul too. So
I had a lady last night basically ask me the same question. I was like, well, she was so worried that one day we wouldn't all be traveling together. And I said, ma'am, if I can put an ease to your mind, I said, we're all pulling the same direction. So as of right now, there will be no change in the Mylon Hayes family.
Yep.
So Lord willing, that's the way it'll go on and on.
Blesses my heart for sure.
Oh, Riley must have
Riley
had
gone.
We lost Riley.
Okay.
Evan, you got. Evan, you got a question?
I'm going to ask this.
And
Where's-
so that's
which
where
one
we
are
were
you
coming
using?
from because we didn't have a signal. So
Yeah.
we'll get Riley back in a minute.
Okay. Growing up, and even now, we can extend this into today.
Yeah.
What are groups that you kind of look up to, or just like certain members of groups that you kind of look to as like influences or as mentors?
Yeah.
Well, some of my favorites, I have to be honest, the gospel music hymn sing, all of those groups that are on that tour, I would consider our very best friends in the industry and
heroes.
And heroes and mentors. And so honestly, I think all of us would say Mark Trammell Quartet, Greater Vision, the Wisnets, and just so many groups, but we're so blessed to get to Jim and Melissa. We're so blessed to get.
All right, we're back. We're live. We are live.
Everyone gives
back.
If
a
anybody
hand
finds
clap.
us on this again, we apologize. We went down for some reason. I have no idea. Our internet was great here, but we went down. Sorry. Y'all share this link. We're going to call this part 2. The Hayes folks have graciously held in with us. So
Yeah, man.
I don't even know where we were at. That I don't get rattled much, but that rattled me.
We're sharing this link as well. So
I tell you what,
You'll have more followers than us 3 probably combined. So that's
there
great.
we go. There we go. We're back and we are building a little bit. Avery, Evan, if y'all have some questions, y'all throw it out here while I keep operating.
Okay, Evan, you want to go back to the mentor question? Because I think that's where.
Yeah, I think that's around where it kind of stopped. So continue naming some of those mentors. And I think we stopped around there.
Yeah, mine was Lauren Talley, Melissa Brady. She is just like, her voice is like silk. I wish so badly I had her tones. Brooklyn Collingsworth, we were just at Praise Fest listening to them. She is incredible. So many others. Connor, do you have any to add to that list?
I mean, it's kind of like repeating. It's just Gerald, Mark, all those guys. Nick Trammell is such an underrated singer. I'm telling
the
you.
most underrated singer in gospel music. I will say it.
Yes.
I love him,
I
man.
agree with that.
And we were literally out in the parking lot at First Baptist Sevierville playing pickleball with me, Bailey, Nick, and Trevor. So, I mean, we were having a blast out there.
He
Yes.
commented on the last one, which one of you two is the better pickleball player?
Oh,
So-
definitely me.
Well,
no,
Definitely me.
excuse me. Here, I
Connor.
think it was me.
Well, I will say Connor and Nick beat me and Trevor to pieces.
Oh, yeah, we did.
But me and yesterday it was me and Ethan, Austin, and Connor, and me and Austin Wisnett and Ethan Wisnett, and we beat up Connor and Ethan pretty bad. So.
They did. So, I mean, maybe it's
They don't let me
I
play
don't
with
really
them
know.
for some reason. I don't know why, but they don't let me.
I'm going to follow up with that question because I've asked Trevor and I've asked Ethan. Out of Wisnett, Hayes, and Conkle, who's the best at golf?
Who's the best at golf?
Ethan.
That is Ethan.
Ethan,
Definitely.
He takes it seriously.
Oh, dude. Ethan is like, he can play golf. He can play circles around me and Bailey.
Oh yeah.
And it's awful. Like for me and Bailey, it's terrible. And so we just hang on for dear life and hope and pray that we can have a little bit of fun.
We always have a good time.
We spend more time in the woods than we do on the fairway. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, well, you can get a little hunting while you're out there, I guess.
I suggested to Trevor, since Mark Trammell has the golf tournament at homecoming every year, they should do a Wisnett, Hayes, and Conkle golf tournament.
There you go.
Come on.
Let's go.
You're on them.
I
Let's
think all
go.
3 people would show up for it, but you know.
Hey, you know.
that
Y'all
would
leave
be
me some clubs and I'll Happy Gilmore every shot.
fun. Hey, come on. Come on.
Do it.
While we're rolling, and I tell you what, I hope, I worry because I've been told I don't have a poker face, so I hope I'm not coming across as aggravated as I really am. I'm really sorry for everything, for our folks that just faithfully watch us. And, but can we play, let me lighten my mood a little bit. I had something lined up and this won't take long. I want to play a little game with y'all 3 if we can. We've never done this before.
Come on.
And basically, I'm going to run down a list, and we're just going to play who's the sibling. So
Okay.
when I say this,
this
y'all point to whoever it fits. Okay.
I feel like I'm
Ready to
gonna
roll?
get a pointy.
Okay. Here we go. Most outgoing. All right. Most likely to take the last cookie on the plate.
Yeah.
Me.
Most mischievous.
Me.
First one up on Christmas morning.
Her.
Oh, all right.
Definitely
Most
me.
likely to. All right. Wait. Who is Riggs' favorite?
Oh,
Me.
Definitely me.
That one's easy.
I would like to argue that one. I
Easy now.
No.
All right. Hey, here's one. Most likely to tell me to feel free not to call them again.
That is
That
me.
man.
That's me. Yep. I would say that.
That was fun.
I had to lay that out there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You don't know how many people I've told that story. That's a great story.
I
That
apologize
was
to
good.
my brother.
Oh, that's great. I loved it. How about clumsiest?
Probably.
There ain't no probably about it.
The best student when y'all were in school.
None of us.
Well, if we're going off of the SAT score in my senior year, I beat it by a couple of points.
Oh, we're bringing
pulls
out
rank
statistics
every
now.
time.
Okay.
I scored like a 98 and he scored like a 94 or something like that. So it's not
Okay.
like he failed, but
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
so
moving.
Who's the funniest?
I would say Connor
Really?
is. It's actually kind of low key, but Connor pulls out some real comedy.
Any joke that Bailey pulls on stage, I wrote it for him.
Okay, I got you. Biggest spender.
Spender?
Yep.
Oh, Kennedy.
Yeah, that's her.
I have expensive taste, but Kennedy.
Yeah.
I'm a squirrel.
I don't know. Evan's our spender here. I'm a tightwad. I sit on my
I
money.
also am a musician, and instruments cost a ton of money. So
yes,
there you go. Who's most likely to argue?
Probably me and Kennedy butt heads.
Yeah. Surprisingly, these two rarely ever disagree on anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Some lady asked us today, she was like, do y'all ever fight? We're like, I mean,
No.
every once in a while,
We
but
argue.
like,
How about someone got in trouble on the bus with mom and dad? Which one of you was it?
Probably Bailey.
Probably him.
Not proud of that.
Most likely to laugh at the wrong moment.
Oh,
her. Stories.
Most likely to be late.
me and Bailey.
Yeah,
we are always
I'll-
walking in at the
I'll
same
own that
time.
one too. Yeah.
That's a
Worst
lot.
driver.
Well, yeah.
I'm the only
Kennedy.
one of us that have had a wreck. So
Yes.
Yep.
Takes the longest to get ready.
Her.
I feel
That's-
picked on now.
Bailey
Yeah, I'm
is
sorry.
surprisingly takes a
Who
good
is the
bit.
most protective of the other siblings?
Probably.
me.
Probably you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bailey's.
Best,
I'll go to bat for if you're my friend or you're my sibling, I will go to bat for you.
I love
will
it.
argue until I'm blue in the face with someone over my friend or my siblings.
you're my kind of pal, brother. I love it. I'm the same way. Best sense of fashion.
Kennedy. Kennedy.
I kind of tell them what to wear.
Yeah.
So.
The shoes
Yeah.
I have on
Oh,
and the
okay.
flannel
I was gonna
she
say
wears.
all three of y'all have great senses of style. But if
Absolutely.
you have a stylist,
Well,
that
you're
is
very
kind of
kind.
cool.
Thank you.
Thank
She
you.
You
picks
have
it
me to
out.
thank for that
Yeah,
one. So.
it's all her.
She picks
And
it
who's
out.
the biggest practical joker?
You.
Ah,
I don't know.
I don't know if we really.
I'd say we're not like real big practical
Don't do
jokers
that. Okay.
on the bus.
But,
But-
if we do it, you're the one.
Yeah,
to do
I'm
it.
the one that like mom is pretty easy to scare.
Very
so
easy.
like I'm usually the one that makes her
Very
feel
easy.
like she'll
hide in the wheel well in the bus, and when she opens the door, jump out and say boo. And I mean, it
Awesome.
work
every time.
every
Works every
single
time.
time. So
Very good. Well, thank y'all for playing along. Maybe that
That was
wasn't too
fun.
painful. That was a
Oh,
lot of
that
fun.
was
Too.
great.
That was
We
fun.
need to do that on more episodes, Scott.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
we'll do.
Do it.
Well, y'all fire away another question. We got a few minutes left.
I got
Come
it.
on.
Somebody from the group asked, what groups do you each enjoy listening to and or that minister to you, and what is a song you're really enjoying right now?
Probably groups I enjoy listening to. I sound like a broken record. I'm a Greater Vision, Mark Trammell, Wisnett, and Jim Brady mega fan. And I mean,
Great.
that's not just because we go on the hymn sing tour with them. I've been mega fan, especially Greater Vision mega fan for years. I love it.
Yeah. I'll just add to that list the Collingsworth family.
Yeah.
Um, lately, the song that I've been listening to a lot is I've Come Here to Tell You That the Lord is Good.
And the Collingsworth family sang that as we were walking out
Yeah,
of the church
they did.
this evening.
That is just such a powerful song. I
Yeah,
love
it
that
is.
one.
Yep.
And right now, what's been on repeat for our playlist is the new Greater Vision Christmas
Oh,
album.
yeah.
Yes.
It is incredible.
It is incredible.
I tell people that it's one of the best Christmas albums you'll ever listen to. It's an
Yep.
experience when you listen all the way through it.
Yep.
Across genres.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
probably the song that I've been wearing out the most lately, Because He Lives medley, Mark Trammell.
Oh,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they just put it all on streaming, and so I'm like, I'm gonna
Right.
rack
I
up.
have been on Mark Trammell for the last 8 years
Oh yeah,
to stream stuff. And so when he
Yeah.
finally released it, I was like, yes.
But my favorite album's still not available for streaming, so I'm still gonna keep asking until the album comes out.
come on with
that
it.
Still Standing album though.
That
a
Still
great
Standing
album.
album is
Oh,
pretty
I
solid.
mean, classic's good, but I think still
I'm
standing.
a
takes
big
the cake.
fan of God Has Provided. That one kind of
Yeah,
introduced me to
always.
Mark and them, and there's a lot of nostalgic songs on there for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great album.
Good stuff.
And I think Classics is one of their it's just easy listening.
It's
Like
great.
you can
Yeah.
just have that thing on repeat all day and never get tired
Mark
of it. It's,
kills Because He Lives. That
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's so
That's
He-
awesome.
I know it's a Bill Gaither written song or whatever, but Mark owns the song now. It's
it's
good.
Great.
love it.
No kidding. He
Love
did it
it.
last night, and the roof was
Tore
raised
the
off
house
that
off.
place. It was amazing.
So, Kennedy, I have. Oh, sorry, Scott.
No,
Can I
go.
ask Kennedy this one?
Yes.
Just from girl to girl. I know you have to be up on a stage. I get the perks of sitting in this crowd and not having everybody look at my outfits, but I know a lot of people talk a lot about modesty and a lot about outfits for women. So how do you navigate that so well? Because every time I see you, you're so put together and you look so perfect. And
Oh
It's-
my goodness.
I just,
no.
I wanted to give you a flower for that. But
Oh,
know.
thank you so much. Yeah, that is definitely I would say one of the biggest struggles in today's society is just finding modest clothing. And but it also, like, I take a lot of pride in how, I think we all do. I don't think it just goes for me and my mom, but just in how we present ourselves. And we just feel like we're going to give our best every single time. And I think that's a super important thing nowadays. That's becoming a rare thing. And yeah, so thank you for that. That is such a nice compliment.
That's an awesome question. So here's a question, and of course, y'all know I think y'all know that I'm mighty fond of y'all and your family, and been watching y'all for several years. And one thing, like the last couple of years, we've been neighbors at NQC because I'm hanging out some at the SGMA table.
Yeah.
And I watch y'all interact with young folks that come. And y'all have talked about people who mentored y'all and who you looked up to. And I see a new generation coming because there's been a lot of young folks come in. I've seen more and more young people in QC, and I see them coming to your table. And y'all really take some really good intentional time with the young folks. And, now they're looking to y'all. And I'm guessing, I'm taking for granted it means something to y'all to show that time to the young people, and now maybe become the next mentors to the next generations. Am I right?
Yeah. The a lot of that for me comes from when I was little. We would go to the NQC with Hayes family, and my idols were the Crab family. Like I wanted to be Crab 2.0. And so I remember the first time I ever met him, Mom and Dad walked us over there, and Jason is the same to this day, but I just remember it that time. He took so much time to just stand there and talk and love on us.
Made
and
you feel like you were the only person.
Yep, you felt like you were the only person there, and there's hundreds of people around their booth. And I remember that. And I remember the feeling that gave me. And that is something that we talk about very often on the bus, that it pays, and it really to just show time, give time, and really,
because ministry and what we do is not just getting up on a stage and singing.
Right.
It is investing in people's lives and showing them that you care.
The singing part is just a very small part of what we do.
It is. It's really about people.
Yeah, it is. And like, I'm going to just echo what Connor was saying. I remember the people that took the time when I was little to talk to me, to invest in even just a kid, And so when I see young people coming to concerts, that just sits in the back of my mind of, I want to be like my mentors who took the time for me, and I want to take time for people, because people are so important to what we do, because it's wonderful thing when we get to make that connection with the people that come to concerts, because then the next time that you see them, there's that extra connection. Even when we're on the stage singing to them, that connection goes both ways for us and for them. And so that's something that we always try to put at the forefront. And, we want to be the same every time that someone sees us, that it's not, oh, they were nice this time, maybe they weren't the next. We want to be the exact same, and give consistency, give that consistency, and just be as kind as possible to everyone, because everyone is important that comes to any concert.
Amen. That's wonderful, and I appreciate y'all for sharing that. And it's amazing to watch the influence you're already having on young folks. So here we are. We're at a mark, and I'm really big on my word. And I gave your folks my word that we would get y'all back in a timely manner. And I know y'all had to drive a little piece, so I want to go ahead and do that. Sometime down the road, if y'all are okay, we will try to do this in a little more less hairy, situation. Maybe y'all have time.
We can catch it when we're at home,
and maybe we won't have the connection issues. If y'all are okay with that, we'll try to reschedule and do something like that.
I have one more question. I've asked it every week. Okay. And I'm going to ask it this way, because I'm one of those, like, I've got a consistency, like y'all were just saying, but this is a weird question. Favorite road trip snack? It's important.
favorite road trip snack, peanut M&Ms. And to be honest with you, not many people bring them to us anymore. Like a few people used to.
So this is a sign that if you want to,
right,
please do.
Yes, this is like a plug. But the other day we were in West Virginia, and this pastor brought us, I'm talking the biggest jar of peanut M&Ms, and he was like, he didn't even know we liked them. He was just like, hey, we have this sitting in the church. I was like, you are my new best friend. Like, bring it on.
All right, Bailey, what's yours?
My favorite road snack, like on the sweet side of things, I love peanut M&Ms. I love regular M&Ms.
Are y'all twins?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. We should get that checked. And then like on the salty side, I like peanuts. Like just plain old Planters salted. I can kill those.
Okay.
Mine right now would be Skittles because
wow.
I've had like 4 different people lately bring me like family-sized bags of Skittles, and I haven't even told people that I like them. But apparently, people think I love Skittles, and now I do love Skittles. So
yeah.
I guess it's my thing now.
Somebody seriously gave a bag away today. She was like, "We have too many Skittles."
Don't tell secrets.
Somebody gave her. I've never heard of these mini Skittles.
Oh yeah,
they're like mini M&Ms.
Oh, it's way better.
Oh my goodness, they're even better.
Yeah.
So
it's great.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thank y'all for sharing that. With that, let's make that the last question. I'm going to pop y'all up right here, your website. You can go find out everything Mylon Hayes Family at themylonhayesfamily.com. You can find schedule. You can shop with them. I'd like for y'all to go out, follow them on tour, shop their products, buy their products, the best music you'll ever buy. And one reason I wanted to have them with me tonight is in Fett, Alabama.
I was about to mention this.
Yeah, Fett, Alabama, this Saturday, the 11th. We're going to have the Mylon Hayes Family at the Fett Civic Center, 6 p.m. Doors open at 5. Share, come, and join us and meet my favorite family in Southern gospel music.
I also might be there, but go to see these guys. They're amazing.
And you can see Evan too, okay?
Yeah.
We'll be there.
You let me in for free, Scott. That's that.
All right, y'all.
And I will say one more thing. If you are if you have a smartphone, like this is really, really cool because one thing that on our website now we're using this thing called Bands in Town. I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. Bands in Town is an incredible tool for you because when I load in our schedule and it goes on our website, you've already put in how many miles that you want to travel to go see X artist. And you pick your favorites and track them. And when you track your favorite artist, when I load it in, if I'm within 150 miles of you or whatever you've put in, it's going to ping your phone and say, hey, Mylon Hayes Family is coming to your town. And so that is a great way.
We send personal messages on those that announce new events that are happening. And so if you don't get something like a notification about a date, we'll send out emails and notifications on that, and it dings your phone. And so that's really cool.
It does the hard work for you.
Yep. So that's really cool. That out.
Well, thank y'all for sharing that. And look, y'all go. Don't get me in trouble with mom and dad, but tell them we apologize and tell them about our technical difficulties. And
it's all good, brother.
But thank y'all, and I can't wait to see y'all here in a few days. Y'all go.
Yeah, man.
And we'll get we'll get on another Southern Gospel Forward here soon. That'll be fun.
All right. Appreciate y'all so much. Love you to death. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye. Whew. What a night. Hey, for our watchers, if y'all will, I know that our Hayes friends had to leave, but if you'll hang with us just a little bit, I think Evan and Avery and I are going to hang with you just a little bit. That sound good?
As long as you don't cut into supper hour.
Supper hour? I ate at 4:30.
He's getting hangry.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I tell you, what a night. It just seems like we were a little snake bit. Bless their hearts. They had trouble finding service, had to drive and get it. And then I really, like I said, we had full internet here. I think y'all did. I have zero idea unless StreamYard said they just really didn't want us to be live for a second. But anyway, Thank y'all for jumping on with us. I'm going to look at the comments. Avery and Evan had a really good idea that they shot, because y'all don't usually have access to us like this when we don't have a guest with us. If there's something that y'all watched us now for 7 episodes, and there may be something that you want to know about us, or you might want to ask us.
Southern Gospel Forward after hours. After hours.
Who said that? Oh, Blaine. Okay. Yeah, we had several folks on. We had Blaine, we had Colton Grider, we had Aaron Swain, Megan Edgeworth, Morgan McIntyre, had Ben Salcido. I hope that's the way you said Salcido. Not sure exactly how to say that name. Aaron Finley, Richie Works was on, pianist for Poet Voices. Nicholas Wilk was on. Thank y'all. Hannah Bradford. Thank y'all. So Luke was on, y'all. Luke,
I was going to say, I thought I saw Luke pop up there.
Yeah, Braden Neal, Chase Emery. Thank y'all so much for watching and joining us.
The Mylon Hayes family just coming in. Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us and dealing with our chaos. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to shoot Miss Wendy a message and apologize. They're gonna get back a little later than we meant for them to.
Bring them some M&Ms. Bring them some Skittles Saturday. Your world will be fine, Scott.
Well, if they get in time, I'm gonna try to take them to lunch, so maybe I can pay back for that.
Yeah,
so,
lunch is also good, especially on the bus.
Yeah. So anyway, if y'all that's still with us want to ask us something, lay it in there. Anything that you want to know or want to comment, share with us.
There's one I'm really liking, so when you pull it up,
or do we just want to read them off?
Or read them off, or
what you got?
Derek Loudermilk Band. That's our friends, Derek Loudermilk from Cincinnati, Ohio. We love them.
Oh, great! Hey, thank y'all.
We'll have to get Derek on here. Well, really the whole band, because they're all young. But Derek or Andrew or Gina or any of the folks from them.
Yeah, there they are.
Awesome. If you like
Avery and Evan, the sibling question.
If you like kind of, how would I describe Derek and them sound?
They're progressive, but
more progressive,
they're
but
great.
Still Southern gospel. And every time that I've had them at the church,
we've had
always full spirit-filled service.
Perfect.
And I love
there's
those
Miss
guys
Christine from our church. We love her. Hi, Christine.
Yeah. Neil said, ask y'all the sibling questions. I might do that in a minute. I may make
that'd be fun.
I may make up some on the fly. Let's see. Nick said,
okay.
There you go.
The Weatherford album. Yeah, I just got this one. And I didn't get it because of Glenn. I can't get it down. But as you can see, Glenn Payne is on this album. It was back when he was with the Weatherfords. You got it. So Glenn Payne is on this album, but I didn't get it for him. I got it for my other favorite quartet, or like my favorite quartet of all time, Armin Morales. He was Imperial. So, and I got it for that purpose, and also because it was a Weatherford album for a really good price. So, it's a really cool album.
Ask him who paid for it.
I'm working on paying her back, so it's
y'all are starting to get on my nerves a little bit with the deals that y'all are finding too. But anyway,
where was it that you bought a poster?
There you go.
Where did you find your bass or your guitar and bass player?
Is that from
Saturday. I'm a Elvis tribute artist, and I do that. And I had a live band, kind of the Scotty Moore, Bill Black era of Elvis, the really early days when he was just a 3-piece band. The Wallace State Community College, our jazz band, our guitarist, he was playing Johnny B. Good one day. And I said, you could play this style. I've got a show coming up in November. You should come do it. And then I had a bass player. He had something come up last minute. So I asked my director, I was like, do you know any bass players? And he's like, I got this chick from Huntsville. Her name's Kayla. And she was awesome. She plays bass better than I can. And I've been playing bass for like 9 years. So they did a really awesome job. And so we played a little bit of gospel music too, just warming up and whatever, because that's some fun chord patterns and stuff. So
cool.
So we had a fun time.
Hey, I'm gonna start with this one. Megan Edgeworth asked, if you were to design a group, who would you choose? And I don't even have to think. So if I was, of course, I'm a quartet person. I love trios, family groups. I love everybody, but I'm a male quartet person. So today, traveling around, people on the road today, if I was making the all-star quartet, and I usually hesitate this because I love everybody, but here's my picks. Chris Allman's going to be on tenor. Arthur Rice is going to be on lead, and I know he's not traveling now, but he's going to be my lead singer. Mark Trammell's going to be on baritone. Jeff Chapman's going to be on the bass, and Gerald Wolf's going to be playing the piano. So simple.
Oh gosh, Evan, I can see Evan looking through his notes.
I'm looking through my notes because
somewhere.
I've done it sometime.
Ah, geez, this is on the fly. Oh gosh. Traveling right now. I'm trying to think. I would probably have to go with Chris Jenkins at tenor. He can get up in there. As an alto singer, I can't compete with him. I mean, he can get up there and stay up there. I would put Roland Kesterson at lead. He's lead.
Singing machine.
Yeah. Baritone. I want to go with you with Mark, but I want to do something different. Jeez.
Mark's one of the top 2-3 baritone of all
Mark.
time.
He's just fantastic. I guess I'll go with you and go with Mark. He's fabulous. And at bass, there's so many options. I think I'd have to go with Eric Bennett from Triumphant.
Okay.
I think she added an alto and soprano.
Yeah.
Alto, I would go with Shay Smith from the Chuck Wagon Gang all day long. She is amazing. And her range, she's amazing. I would put probably Kim Hopper at soprano to compete with Chris Jenkins as tenor.
Okay. And
just to see how high they could go.
I guess I need to throw soprano.
And a piano player, I would put in my friend Luke, because he can get a piano smoking.
Alto and soprano, I've got to go. Alto is pretty easy for me. And I mean, I don't even really know on the group if they list her in alto, but Wendy Hayes, she is the Karen Carpenter of Southern gospel music.
I've never thought of that. Yes.
I mean, just so much heart and spirit in her voice. Soprano, I'm a long time Karen Peck Gooch fan. It's hard to beat her. But if I'm going to go a little bit of a youth movement, I'm going to say Allie Griggs. Because she can sing the phone book, and she is one of the most talented voices in Southern gospel music right now.
Mm-hmm.
So here's mine. And I'm really debating on my alto is going to be Libby Stuffle. She's been one of my biggest influences of all time. She's probably the reason I love the music. And I'd put Tracy in my lineup, but since y'all went with modern day tenor, I've got Jay Perrick. He's Jay Perrick. You can't touch him. He's great. Then I've got Troy Burns at lead for obvious reasons. I mean, when the man teaches you how to sing, you kind of have to give the respect back, you know. Alan Kendall at baritone, because I've stood beside him singing baritone, and that man's got more power behind him. I mean, he's got some horsepower behind his vocals, if you know what I'm saying. And at bass, I've got my boy Will Lane. Will just sometimes I'm like, how did he hit that? And then I've got on piano, he's been retired for a little bit, but I've got Andrew Ishii on piano, because he is just entertaining. If you know what I'm like, he can play the keys. He can just whack the keys off a piano, but he's entertaining while he does it, you know?
Yep. Absolutely.
So that's mine. And then at soprano, Kim Hopper. I know that's Karen Peck. I always think she sings alto. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Karen, if you watch this, I'm so sorry. You've always been my favorite soprano. You're the first soprano I watched. Like, she is my number one. She sings alto. That shows you how blonde I am. Like hair, y'all.
You know, and Aaron Swain threw this question up for all of us, top 5 Southern gospel projects. And I usually, I'm one of those, if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer, but there is absolutely positively no way
give me
I can do this.
I can.
I can give you maybe 3.
I'm one of those who I really love the Pillars of Faith album from Gold City. That's a standard that a lot of folks, I'm a little eccentric on some of my likes. I mean, I don't know if you include Christmas albums, but I'm going to tell you now that the Greater Vision Christmas album and the acapella Cathedrals Christmas album, those two.
He said said we could do 3 if it's easier. Okay.
Well, I can't. I mean, because then I've got to go and pull some Statesman. I've got to pull some Blue Ridge Quartet. I've got to pull. I mean, it's just. Then we're talking live projects because some of the Kingsman
Right.
lives with the spirit that was in that, and I can't do it.
Zach Wilburn hit one of my favorites, Golden Street Parade from the
Yeah, that's a
Inspirations.
good one.
Love that one. The newest, the What a Wonderful Time Live, the purple one that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I can play that all day, every day. Never get tired of it. I also going to a little older, not old, not Statesman or any of that. I will say one of the Chuck Wagon Gangs, but I've got to go back and see which one that is. I love the Bishops Front Porch Singing.
Oh yeah, I got both of those. Those were awesome.
Love. That's because my parents were huge Bishop fans, and that's what we teased on. I mean, they went to Berea, Kentucky every year. So,
and it's funny. Some of my favorite projects may not exactly be like the biggest composition of like just a standout changing of the time projects, but I know the Kingdom Heirs did a For the Record project where they went back and did a Statesman tribute, and then Triumphant, back when they were the Integrity Quartet, did 2 4 guys and a piano player where they brought back songs. The Tribute Quartet, I like the classic stuff. Gosh, there is zero way I could isolate the 3, 5, or 10 or 20. No.
We had the same one for the Perrys.
I'm with you on the I can't isolate it because there's so many live albums I like. Night of Inspiration is probably my favorite live album of all time, but I put 2 of my favorite, like, you put me on the spot. They're just one of my favorite albums. The number one I've got is Imperials Live 1973. It's not really Southern Gospel, and if some of y'all go and listen to it, you're going to be like, Evan, that's not Southern Gospel. Trust me, it was Southern Gospel. Then I've got Triumphant Yes. I really wasn't a Triumphant fan growing up, and then they released Yes, and I listened to it, and I was like, oh wow, that's solid. Almost Morning by the Perrys, awesome album. The title track, Old Fashioned Altar, they need to bring back out, or Peach Goldman needs to bring out because it's a Troy Peach lead. The Tuscaloosa Live album, I mean, there's certain reasons I like it, especially the title track, or not the title track, but when they walk out and Bill Gaither introduces them and they sing Roll Tide in that Kingsman harmony it's like beauty. It's beauty to my ears. And then my favorite Inspirations album, Old Time Singing. It's got to be. That one was changing.
I cut my teeth on that.
That was a good album.
I know y'all are both Perry's fans. Go back and grab up as far as live albums, God's Little People sometime.
God's Little People. If Zach Wilburn's still watching, I believe he just got that album.
Oh, cool.
When I saw that dude, I was like, man, I'd give you half of these for that one, man. That's a good album.
Well, we've lost some of our watchers, but some folks are still hanging on with us. Yeah. We've got a little bit of drawing power.
Other album beside the Weatherfords is.
Oh, the other album is
the Hopper Brothers and Connie.
Hopper Brothers and Connie, Old Home Place. It's, I think, 1968. I want to say so, but it is an older.
Mark 5.
Well, no, it is not Mark 5. It is a Hopper Sing album.
Recorded at Mark 5.
Yes, and it is a great album. I actually listened to this one. We Shall Rise is also a good one. Hannah Bradford mentioned that one. That one is one of the first Inspirations album I listened to.
The Hopper Brothers and Connie.
Let me actually stand up and do this.
I was trying to look at some other comments as they come in.
Yeah, y'all keep them in.
The Seed Sowers, they asked what are our favorite groups. I think we kind of mentioned them.
yeah, we did.
Kind of beat around the bush at that.
Yeah.
As far as influence, the Perrys.
The Perrys were huge.
And now, modern-ish day, Troy Burns family has influenced me because, I mean, I did have to listen to their music constantly for a couple months and learned a lot of their stuff. And but as far as just all time, Kingsman, Inspirations, and Imperials, those are my 3 favorites. Just, I can pop on one of their records and just love them. And it's really, the Imperials thing is not an Elvis thing. It is I just love the Imperials music. It's great.
I like the Chuck Wagon Gang because I'm more bluegrass. I also like the Bishops because they're bluegrassy up from Kentucky. Yeah. And then the Perrys were huge in my young life, and now more modern day has been like the inspirations. I love them. Mark Trammell Quartet, love them. I'm trying to think of other ones. I love Karen Peck and New River. There's really not many that I like. I won't sit through. I love Linda Randall. She's like, I always forget I love her till I see her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love Linda Randall. She's just fabulous.
It's really.
I also love her brother Michael Tate with the news voice. So like it's a win-win there. That's just.
It's really, really, really hard for me to talk about and isolate
a favorite group,
favorite groups, because I'm so close with so many of them, and then you get the boundaries of there's getting to know the people sometimes, even if they're not my if it's not the album I'm spending constantly. I love them too, so but I'll
also say, speaking of like in the sense of like picking favorites, the whole reason we do Southern Gospel Forward is we love it all. Like it's an umbrella. If you are a regional group that sang at a 5-member Baptist church last week at their homecoming,
we love you.
We love you. I mean, I'd just like to throw that out. And I didn't mean to hop on top of you, but that just came on. I'm one of those, I'm ADHD and I'll forget it in 3 seconds. So.
No, that's good. I'm kind of, Greater Vision, Mark Trammell Quartet, Hayes Family. Gosh, I don't know. Tribute, of course, Inspirations. Love to see.
I literally, mom was texting me while Legacy 5 was on stage at NQC, and I literally texted back, Scott Fowler singing.
That's great. Now here's one.
There's a comment right under that I want to address real quickly. The seed sower said, wait, that's her brother. Yes, this is my younger brother.
Yep. I look massive. I've actually had to sit back because I'm like,
I wonder if that's in reference when you talked about Linda Randall's brother singing with the news.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I am Michael Tate.
Yeah.
Michael Tate is Linda Randall.
That's not a well-known fact. So that might be what they was talking about. So
top 3 lead singers of all time. Ooh.
So here we go.
I've got a really cool book here. It's about the different people who helped inspire Jesus Freak, or the song Jesus Freak by DC Talk. And it's different people who lived in like countries who were like martyrs to their country. And it is an awesome book. I got it at a DC Talk reunion concert, and it is very, very good read.
Yeah. I have that in my Instagram bio, Jesus Freak. And it's because of that song. I love it.
So
top 3. I'm trying to postpone because I'm trying to decide top 3 of all time. God,
of all time lead singer, one that immediately bang hits me is going to have to be Jack Toney from Albertville, Alabama.
Jack Toney's one of my guys, man.
Yeah, I mean he as far as pitch, tone, carrying the load, carrying the melody, you really just can't beat him. It's hard to not have Glenn Payne in that discussion and in that mix.
Glenn.
I'm gonna have to go with just my number one, solely because I'm a guy that, and I don't listen to gospel music for entertainment. I don't, but there's a factor on stage that if you don't have it, it's one of those. I'm like, I'll say it right now. Jim Hamill may have not been the greatest singer in the world, but he was the greatest lead singer in the world, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe people
stage command.
They don't talk about his way of like tone and quality and how he sings, but golly, he just sang with power, and that overtakes tone and all that to me. So
so Evan's all history. I just, from what I have grown up listening to,
Mark Bishop. He's one of those.
Bishop's one of the best. Love him. Andrew Goldman. Golly.
Andrew Goldman is
missing the notes off the music.
Andrew Goldman's not a lead singer. Andrew Goldman is a Southern gospel singer.
He's just Andrew just, anytime he opens his mouth, is just amazing.
Absolutely.
And then I said, that Roland's just, golly, his voice is so, I don't know, it's just right there and strong.
It's kind of something I thought one time, and I don't know. I mean, there's just so many awesome singers and lead singers out
Somebody
there.
said Bill Shivers. Love him.
Oh yeah,
He's
so underrated.
Yeah. But as far as your textbook lead singers, if you go eras, you know, you go back to the Jack Toney, then you go Glenn Payne, and then I, of course, I'm an Arthur Rice guy. I think that he was as solid as it can get as a lead singer.
Jonathan Wilburn was great.
You can't talk lead singers without talking Jack Hess either. I mean, he just owns a stage.
Yeah. $50.
Where do you say 350 up here?
He said 350.
Yeah. I'll get your payment to you later.
You know, and that's a pretty good segue for our friends who are still joining us and watching us. You know, tonight we had to jump straight into our interview, but y'all, we've got a lot of stuff kind of that we've talked about and we prayed about and been kicking around with the Southern Gospel Forward team. We're looking at the possibility of having a presence at the National Quartet Convention next year. Just lots of things going on. And we appreciate y'all so much hanging with us and watching us and loving on us and supporting us that way, praying for us. Somebody a while ago asked who the next guest is. We have no idea yet, but it's just awesome to see that anticipation, you know, the anticipation.
A friend to text tonight.
But I think Evan and Avery will be okay with me saying this, but just being absolutely, completely honest, we could really use maybe some prayerful consideration of financial support. I don't know, you know, where they say it, you know, when it comes to some of these things that we're doing. Of course, I'm Papaw, but as my partners go, I've got, you know, young up and coming students, college students, and just, and they will testify to you that, as far as this venture goes, how much have I asked y'all to put in?
That's a big old goose egg.
That's a big old goose egg.
Nothing but our time, you know.
Nothing but time. And that's valuable. I mean, that's huge. But if y'all would prayerfully consider partnering with us, we would appreciate it. You know, we do the commercials every week. If y'all shop at thebensoap.com, I mean, it's a great place. Maybe it's not what you're looking for, you know, product wise. But if you consider it, we do get some kickback on that from the SBM Studios coupon code, and we got My Pillow too, and that's awesome stuff. And they've got some really great sales going on Thanksgiving time. But if you don't want to shop, and if you might feel prayerfully led to help out with some of these things that we're looking at, with the NQC trip, I mean, we got to buy a booth space, we got to buy a backdrop, we got to buy a tablecloth. We still got the expense that we're still working on with the software that did not work great tonight, and all the equipment that we use for this show. Got a little scroll going down. We got a Venmo that could go straight to the ministries. Also got PayPal if you want to do that. That is sbmmin.13@gmail.com. sbmmin.13@gmail.com. And I promise you, I've got accountability partners all in this ministry that backs SBM Studios. Anything that you might feel willing to help support and give toward this goes exactly to this. Every single penny. I have a job that covers my expenses and provides the insurance and all that good stuff for my family, and we're blessed. No income comes out of the ministry to us. Everything goes to what we do here. So I hope y'all don't mind just kind of laying that out there, but ministries thrive when they are supported. Ministries die when they are not supported. So I'm a big believer in that. And I'm a believer in giving and supporting the ministries I believe in. And I've talked a lot. Y'all may have something to add to that, but
no, I think that's perfect. Yeah, I was going to add, you know, none of this comes back to us.
No.
I'm with you, Scott. I have a job. I pay for my own bills and my college tuition. I don't get a dime for this. I wouldn't want a dime for this. This is something I give my time for because I think it's awesome. The coalition we have made of young people. But yeah, any donation that we, you know, if you like what you're seeing and you want to see us continue on, It's my pocket's stretched pretty thin already. So
yeah, and we're
really,
going to go.
You know,
we're going to go as God directs, and
right.
And I tell you, this has been a blessing to me. Of course, I've known Evan and Avery's dad basically since I was probably about the 4th grade when I started playing Pee Wee football, and he was calling the games, and then getting to know them over the years with some of the Southern gospel music. But and I also seen big, tall Riley walking around at concerts. But it's been a blessing to this old guy's heart to really partner with Riley and Avery and Evan and grow our friendship and partnership. And it's a blessing because like when we start discussing what we're going to do, everybody's just together and everything's so positive and just full-fledged and just a hearts to go wherever God takes. And that's been a blessing to me for sure.
Absolutely. I've had just a blast with it because I'm going to be honest, like it's hard to find friends at concerts that aren't over the age of 40. And I know that sounds bad. And I'm an old man in a 19-year-old's body. And I'll talk, Andy Griffith's show with you. I'll talk old music with you, whether it be Southern gospel or like just old country music, anything like that. Mainly Southern gospel music. But it is so great to go to a concert and see someone younger than me. Now I've gotten to that age now where younger people than me are, at concerts. And a couple of weeks ago, I help out with the SGMA, Miss Susan Guffey. Sometimes I'll go around and help her out, just to have a young face at the table. And I had a kid, he was probably 12, 13, and I had some records at the table. And he said, what are these? And man, that hit me right in my sweet spot. And I just got to, tell him what records were, how people used to listen to music, and how the music that he had listened to that night was exactly what's on this black disc. You can go pop it on. This is the people who pioneered what's going on now. And it was really cool to, I don't know how old the little fellow was, if he was 8, 9, 10, but getting to expose that and not even be an artist, just being a fan that was happened to be at a table and have a kid, what is this, and talk about history, because I've learned if you show them history, they will want to present that forward. And I think that's kind of what this group's all about. So
absolutely. And like I said, I see the last several years, from quartet show to NQC to some of the hymn sing stuff, the big events that I've gone to, I've seen more and more and more. Even the other night at the Inspirations and Mark Trammell Quartet in Coleman, there was a lot of young folks there. And the Southern Gospel Forward thing is definitely a vision to build that community. Now, we get a lot of y'all out there. Let me talk about this. And y'all can chime in on this. Riley would really chime on this if he was here, but a bunch of y'all there, there's no age range at all. We want everybody to watch, share, love. Thank y'all so much. But we have a Facebook group. It's a private group called Southern Gospel Forward. And that is designed for, that's really designed for our artists. So anybody who's an artist to come into, and then really young Southern gospel. And what's young? I don't know. We've kicked that around, but probably when you get past 40, like me, I mean, I'm only in it because I'm Papa and I thought this thing up. But I'm just kind of like the old granddaddy watching the gate. But so I hope none of y'all get offended. Sometimes we get all these requests for folks that
don't quite fit the age.
No, when we're talking 35 to 40, sometimes we have to multiply that times 2, and it's just really getting a little bit outside the range. And we love y'all.
And I'll say that I love your passion for gospel music, because some of the descriptions that y'all put, honestly, is what every Southern gospel fan should be.
Yes.
And your love for young people.
Yes.
But
and we so appreciate that.
And what we did, and this is very, very, very new and not really much out there. We do try to put this out there when we do maybe not have somebody come into the group. But there is a group that's really open for everybody called Southern Gospel Family. And kind of got that kicked off a few weeks ago because there's some big groups out there that kind of have Southern gospel in the group name. But to be honest with you, there's been some stuff in there, like some negativity and some tearing people down and stuff like that, that if you'll notice, we're always going to be really loving and positive. We love everybody. We want to encourage everybody. We have really no tolerance for that kind of stuff. So we started the Southern Gospel Family page that's wide open. I don't care if you're 143, you can come into that group, and I want to meet you if you're 143, but it doesn't matter. You can come in, share, and we want to build that community. But I do want to say that because we love y'all so much and we don't want to offend, but the forward private group is kind of designed for our younger folks and the artists to kind of have a community. So,
and I'll say this, I love making posts and getting to research stuff. If you've got an idea for like a weekly post or a date, not a daily post, but like Music Mondays where I post an album by a young group, or like Forward Friday where I do a spot on someone. I did that once, and I honestly kind of forgot to redo it after that. But if you want to see something like that, or you want to help me out, message me or post something in the page, and we can do something. Like if we want to do like an album of the week featuring like the Mylon Hayes family, featuring the Mark Trammell Quartet, where we can all kind of talk about things through the page, because right now the page just kind of is, hello, I am so-and-so, this is me. And then we've kind of left it at that. The page needs to be lively. We get some stuff going. If you have a concert spot that you like, go in and post it and, brag on a young artist, or go in and brag on an influence, so, and I'll start posting a whole lot more in there and hopefully get that ball rolling. But, that's why we've got the group, is where y'all can post, and it's a community where we can share like interests. So I'm going to start posting a whole lot more. If y'all want to see some series, go ahead, and I'll be more than glad to help out with that, and help you out with making posts. Or if you want to see me make kind of those and help me out with it, I'll be totally cool to do that.
All right. Hey, real quick, like I don't mind doing this and playing up cousin Neil a little bit, but let's say siblings. Let me see what I can come up with. I may come up with some on the fly. Okay.
All right.
So I'll ask y'all some of the same things. Let me get my paper out here. This is real professional. So who is the clumsiest out of you two? I think I know.
Clumsiest?
It's probably me.
Clumsy?
Okay. Both of y'all think y'all are. So who was the first one up on Christmas mornings?
Oh, every time. I'm up at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
I set an alarm.
He's like, it's Christmas, you gotta get up. And I'm like, I'm not a morning person
Christmas
in the slightest. So I'm like,
okay, so y'all sing with your families some. So who is the most likely to forget the lyrics?
Can I use your other hand? There we go.
Who's the most likely to start an argument?
Start an argument? What situation? Music?
Just in
if we're practicing with our family group, it's me, because I'm one of those.
In
general, probably.
In general.
I think he just gets riled up and it provokes me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I started. She continues it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's the most sentimental?
Oh, I think me.
You cry more. If that's sentimental.
Who's the most forgetful?
Okay. I will remember everything.
I honestly don't even know what day it is.
Most likely to be late?
What?
I'm an hour early for everything.
I'm early to majority of things.
No.
Most likely to ride all the rides at Dollywood?
I love thrill rides.
Hold on. I'm about to pull a picture up.
Oh, yes. Be finding that. We'll keep playing.
We'll keep playing, but I'm going to find something.
Let's see. So who was the best student? Avery. Okay.
I didn't go to school for grades. I went for social life.
Yeah, I got voted most intelligent by my senior class.
Biggest procrastinator?
No.
Well, if it's something I like, I'll do it the minute it happens.
Leah Bussey says, "Who's
that's
the
our cousin and my best friend?"
It says, who's the extrovert? I'm guessing.
It depends on the situation. You would think it's Evan.
Yeah.
But if we're out in public, I will be the one who talks to a stranger, and he's.
Can I say this?
Quiet as a church
Southern
mouse.
gospel artist, if you are watching, if I've ever been to one of your concerts and I'm awkward afterwards,
that's just how he is.
Talk to me first, because I'm scared to death probably to talk to you for no reason.
But I will talk. I make conversation.
I don't know how to make conversation. That's what it is.
Well, it's really funny because
this is the one about Dollywood.
Yeah.
See his face.
I am deathly scared of rides.
And I'm having the time of my life.
Talking about the extrovert thing, everybody knows in Southern gospel music, Josh Singletary, how out there he is. And he's always just so.
That's Evan on stage. He's just.
But if you get Josh on the bus,
yep.
he's more.
And I am the complete opposite. When
he's
I'm on
a shy
stage,
person. Yeah.
I am so nervous I can't say a word. And you get me off and I'll talk your ear off.
Right.
On stage, man, I've got presence like no other. But you get me off the stage and get me talking like words.
Ooh.
Who's the best singer?
I've traveled professionally, but she's the better singer. So
it's
if that
just
answers,
I get really nervous. I know.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm ham bonish enough to get on stage and love it.
And I'll get on stage and be like, is the room spinning for everybody?
I don't take it serious enough. I'll say that. I could probably be good, but
okay.
Who would break a Guinness World Record first?
Probably me, because I like to do weird stuff.
I don't know though. I think I'd be more persistent and determined. I am trying to get a Guinness World Record, but I'm not going to mention what it is yet until I break it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say he has the better hair.
Hey,
mine's just flat.
This right here is just water and natural curl. That's my
He got all the curl. I got zero curl.
This is one y'all kind of already hit one, but y'all can. Well, they want to know. So, who's your favorite gospel singer?
Overall.
Just singer overall.
Period. Yeah.
Period. Ever. Tracy Stuffle. I would not be doing what I'm doing with Southern gospel music or love it as much if I wouldn't have seen Tracy Stuffle ever live.
Okay.
I plead the fifth. I don't know. There's so many that I love for so many different reasons.
Now, still living Tracy Stuffle, and it's hilarious Troy Burns. What's hilarious in the SGMA, their plaques are right beside each other.
Oh yeah,
Troy Burns and Tracy Stuffle. So my two favorite singers are right there in the same area. So that's awesome.
Richie thinks that. Hannah tells Richie thinks that Avery has the better hair.
Yeah, she's got a good last name. We like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I work very hard on my hair.
Nick's asking, so let me look.
Yeah, let's throw a couple more out of here, and we'll draw this thing to a close if y'all want to. I hope that. Thank y'all. We still had several folks that stayed on with us, and thank you for hanging with us. We didn't really know if anybody would or not, but we knew that our time with the Hayes was going to be short. So thank y'all.
Nick was asking how many Statesman albums I've got.
That many?
That one. That one. That one.
We're gonna look at all.
Double of that one. Got out west. Just a ton. There's another one. There's another one. Is that? Yeah, that's Statesman. There's a Statesman, and then there's a Blackwood Brother one. But yeah, I do own some Statesman albums.
Cool. This is interesting. Let's end with this.
All right.
She asked this because we have had this conversation. So growing up, she goes to our church because she's our cousin, and basically she grew up with her. She's basically, when she's with us, she has a different name. We call her Lulu Bradford.
Yeah.
She's always with us. But so we grew up in the same Sunday school classes and stuff. And we have had this discussion before. The Book of Judges.
Okay.
If you have not read that cover to cover, that would make an awesome TV show. I know they've got The Chosen that's about, and that is fantastic. Love it. But the Book of Judges would make an awesome TV series.
Joshua's my favorite Bible character, so probably Joshua. I love the old Ten Commandments movie, and I wish that they would make
more Exodus.
Well, but the Ten Commandments movie, I wish they would take the Joshua storyline from that exact movie and make it like a modern day kind of action movie, because Joshua was a cool guy in the Bible.
I also think Ezekiel could make a cool one with all the CGI that we got, all of his visions, and
there you go.
That would make for
that would be one of those cool, I might have to watch at home.
There you go. Yeah. Well, good deal. This has been fun, y'all, and I thank y'all for hanging on. Anything you want to share with those that's hung with us?
Yeah, I think this has been fun. I think when we have Riley back from Praise Fest, we should maybe do another episode, just us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And
find out more about Riley, because I've learned a lot about Riley in just 7 episodes.
I didn't know he worked at Chick-fil-A.
Well, and now that we say this, and what if we every now and then we could pull in somebody from the Forward group, just to kind of.
Can I put a person out there that I would love to see? And he's been watching all night, Mr. Nicholas Wilkie. I want to see him on an episode so bad. So keep your schedule open.
Yeah, we'll call his booking agent and see.
Yeah, it's hard being the mag, man. It's hard.
And what I will do for y'all, I hope that what I can do is take these 2 videos, and I'm probably going to do some cleaning on the YouTube feed. Now, the Facebook's going to be the Facebook. I can't do anything about that with the 2 splits, but I'll probably splice those 2 videos and do some editing to kind of put it together for when we lost the Hayes folks. But y'all that are in the West Central, North Alabama area or East Mississippi, really you're only about 2 hours from the Tennessee line too. Fayette, Alabama, on the 11th of this month, which, if y'all want to give me a birthday gift, my birthday's the 13th. So on the 11th, you could come down to Fayette, Alabama, to the Fayette Civic Center. We're going to have the Mylon Hayes family, chosen witness, and faithful friends. Come be with us, 6:00. And then on the 18th, right, guys?
Yes, we have the Kingsmen at our church. Yes.
Tell them.
It's on November 18th at 6:00. We have the Kingsmen Quartet coming to our church, Emmanuel Baptist in Hayden, Alabama. Hayden is, if you're familiar with Alabama, it's right between, if you're not super familiar, between Birmingham and Coleman.
Yeah.
If you're really familiar, it's between Gardendale and Coleman. It's right between them.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's right off I-65. If you're in Tennessee, if you're in Nashville, you're only 2.5 hours.
Really not even that.
If you're in Mississippi, you're about 2 hours from us. If you're in Georgia, you're probably 2.5 hours. So,
and again, when you have concerts like the Mylon Hayes family coming to Fed and the Kingsmen coming to Hayden, the way that we keep these concerts coming,
support them,
is for y'all to come and support them.
Is y'all's event free?
Yeah, no admission charge, love offering to be taken.
Ours is the same way. Free concert, love offering taken up. So
so we definitely would love for y'all to join us, and keep that in mind. But thank y'all so much, and thank you, Avery and Evan.
Scott, can I talk about one thing about the way you say fit? So I had no idea. This is just a cool trivia fact for anybody. So we say it Fayette. And Scott, can you say it again, please? Because I can't mimic it. It's Fed, kind of, right? Like Fed.
If you live in West Alabama, it's F-E-T. F-E-T. Fed.
I didn't know that till a friend of mine from college. She's from there, and she goes, Fayette? What? It's Fed. And I was like, anyway, that's a cool little trivia fact for you guys tonight.
And it is. It's spelled F-A-Y-E-T-T-E, just like Lafayette. It is like from the French Lafayette or whatever. But no. It's when you're around here, it's Fete.
Yes.
Just in fact, they have like places you'll see F-E-T, Fete. Like I think they had like those nutrition drink places. It was Fete, F-E-T, Fete Nutrition. So.
I love that kind of stuff, and so I don't know if anybody else would be a nut about it, but yeah.
Good deal. Well, thank y'all so much for hanging with us, and we thank y'all that hung in here and watched us. Yeah, we appreciate the interaction, appreciate the support. If y'all would consider partnering with us, we'd appreciate it. If you're in the group, join the Southern Gospel Forward group. If not, the family group. But thank y'all for hanging with us, and just watch for our next one.
Yeah. See y'all later.
All right, y'all take care. See you.